43rd SEA Games here in Thailand. You guys are watching the bracket right now where Indonesia was able to win out against Vietnam 3-1. And that means that Indonesia will progress to the semifinals, which in fact is going to be the match that we will be watching here very soon. Philippines going up against Indonesia. And in the background, Myanmar will be going up against Malaysia.
These competitions will be happening simultaneously as we await the results. We'll be ending the broadcast with a bronze medal match, a best of 5 between those who have fallen in the semifinals. At your service, my name is Leo. We're here live from the heart of Bangkok, Thailand, in the Chulalongkorn University, in the Salafrakiao Hall that has been converted straight all the way into an esports stadium unlike anything I've seen before. I'm impressed, honestly.
Yeah. So we'll see how Philippines will be going up against Indonesia again. Just to remind everyone, this is a best of 5 for the semifinals and the bronze match. Only the grand finals will be a best of 7. And again, on your screen, it is me, Lafel, alongside Leo. And we just got a 3-0 where Malaysia was able to defeat Team Thailand quite cleanly. And Indonesia as well as Vietnam, it went to 4 games. But now this is going to be a tough battle for Indonesia as well as the Philippines, two incredibly strong regions, both loving their own fair share of MLBB. We'll see how it progresses because even in their own leagues, I would say there's a bit of a discrepancy on how they're performing in their own countries.
Mm-hmm. They are outside of the SEA Games from sister organizations, and they're coming from different ends of the racetrack, if you want to put it one way or another. One having great success, the other struggling to rebuild and recover from the very, very difficult competition that has been the past year in MLBB esports. We have some time to, discuss and break down exactly what's about to happen. I got to ask you, Lafel, how do you feel about the all-in best-of-5 format that we're going into the playoffs with? Because if I'm remembering correctly, in the history of esports and the SEA Games, MLBB to be specific, we've never done anything like this before.
I feel it because the competition has gotten more intense. It is honestly good that we're going for a best of 5, especially we got to consider that they're not representing their clubs. They're representing their countries, right? The flag that they bear when they go onto the stage. So they want as much chances as they can to really protect the pride of their country. So, because some say, best of 3, losing out early, and then it just feels bad. But in a best of 5, you have that one extra opportunity. And if you couldn't get it, just kudos to the winning country. They deserve it.
I think a lot of different outcomes of the SEA Games would have been very different if we played with a much longer format like this. Because if you recall, in the playoff stage in recent years, they've all been best of 3s. And then the finals were best of 5s.
Yeah.
But now we're extending all of that. No matter what stage of the playoffs, you start on best of 5, and then you end with a best of 7.
It really is just like saying, we're going to push our athletes to the limit. They're like, okay, best of 3, not a big of a struggle for them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Best of 5, they're getting quite comfortable with it. So I was like, okay, you know what? Now we're changing the pace. Now we're going to make it more extended, more longer. Let's see, how is your mental stamina? Because that is the thing about sports, right? It's not fully about strength, speed. It's also about stamina. How long can you keep this up? And then can you basically outweight your opponent? So that is something that numbers can't really tell. How long can you keep your focus in game? Because trust me, even in ranked games, after 3 to 4 games, I start autopiloting, man.
And we've seen that happen. Actually, we've seen teams.
Best of 2
in just the best of 2. Yeah. The longer the day went, the more we saw small mistakes that could have definitely been punished, mistakes that
they really should not have done.
Exactly.
Which they did not do earlier.
And they're so simple. And now we'll see how well these teams recover from such. Mind you, we'll be witnessing a team that is fresh out of a couple of days of rest, Team Philippines, going up against Indonesia, who went 4 games against Team Vietnam. So I'm worried. You know why?
Actually, for me, I think this is better for Team Indonesia.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Players like to have that warm-up. Players like to come in hot. Team Philippines, saw the athletes from up on the balconies. Some of them were still vlogging. Some of them were just relaxing, which again is normal. I would assume that the past 48 hours for them after qualifying for the #1 slot in the playoffs have been grueling. They've been training for sure, even with their sisters in the women's team were competing as well. They were watching, but I'm sure they were training. So today, I'm glad to see them, kind of take it easy.
No, honestly, taking it easy is good because, like we said, focus as well as the mental stamina, it could really hurt you if you're like basically try-harding.
You're too in it
when you don't have to. Because part of the experience of going to multiple international tournaments is to know when do you gotta go full throttle and when can you slow down a bit, save your gas, and then once it's really necessary, then you go all in. Because some people, they just go all in. By the time the game starts, your mind is blank, right?
Or you're out of gas.
Exactly.
You're running on fuel.
When the times where I was coaching, they spent so much time in the preparation. By the time they were on stage, they had nothing left. They're like, wait, what were you supposed to do again? You use all your strength for your memory and everything, and then it's done. It's kaput. So this shows experience. They know how to relax and save it when they actually go up against Indonesia.
It's something I appreciate when veteran players, athletes, even talents are able to just turn down.
Yeah.
Like how do you do that in the art of ninjutsu? They're able to like slow down their heart rate to a point wherein they're almost dead. But when it's go time,
the lowest I ever gotten was 39.
Was that due to technique or something happened?
No, I just chill. But I would say my normal is like 59, 63, like that.
That's about where high-performing athletic humans
legit?
stay. Yeah.
Damn, I'm impressed.
That's about the norm, and then when they're participating in activities.
Then it goes higher.
No, they still stay under like.
Wait, really?
180, yeah.
Oh,
under.
okay.
Under. I find it hard to even hit my own BPM targets when I'm working out. Like, I have a full hour and a half, 2 hour session, and like my peak was like under 100, under 110. So that's how it is.
Yeah. So
what were we talking about?
Something, because we're waiting.
Oh,
for the teams to get ready.
beats per minute. Expending energy, and Team Philippines seemingly, as per my anecdotal response, being able to do that. Because again, which of them have not won a gold medal just yet?
I don't know. You tell me, man. Because for us, we got bronze and silver. We're pretty happy with that so far.
I don't think. Yeah, no. Pablico has not. De La Cruz has not.
Really?
Has Soriano won a gold medal? Vinuya has not. Yeah, no, I don't think a majority of them have not. Cruz has not. Their coach. Yeah, no, Nepomuceno is the only one who actually has a gold medal, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it is something that we can check out just a bit later. But again, that story will come more to fruition once they have qualified for the gold medal match, where this match, the semifinals, is essentially that. It's qualifying for both. Who qualifies to the gold match and who qualifies to the bronze match. Again, for the podium finish, only 3 medals, I think.
Or is it a shared bronze kind of thing?
No,
I don't think so.
No,
why would we play?
No, because that's happened before. So
it has.
So I rather be careful
and be sure.
Yeah. I've seen 2 golds.
That has happened, yes.
Yeah. I've seen 2 golds. I've seen 2 bronze. But either ways, yes, this is a BO5 that is qualifying for the gold match, and in a worse way, saying qualify for the bronze match.
We showed you this already, just in case for all of those who missed out.
In case you guys just dropped in.
Yep, welcome. Again, we are about to watch Team Philippines versus Team Indonesia in a best-of-5 bout. About a year and a half ago, this would have been a dream matchup. For now, it's reality.
This would be something in the gold medal match. But again, this is just how the group is.
This is the format.
Yeah, this is just how the format is. Team Indonesia finishing 3rd in Group B will eventually fight back against the #1 of Group B, which is now is Team Philippines, which, by the way, has not dropped a single game the entire time in groups. And Team Indonesia has suffered defeat against the hands of Malaysia. Looks like, yeah, we're about 1 minute away, 1 minute 30. Looks like Carl has some issues with the device, but hopefully resolved very soon.
About a minute and a half till the draft begins. You can see Vinuya here, a little antsy of all the members of Team Philippines. You can see that he's got that leg jiggle. I think he's just excited.
We do that all the time. Are we always excited?
I am, yes. Are you not?
I am, yes. I am.
Exactly. You just asked.
I don't know that. You always give me questions where I'm like, which direction should I answer?
Wait,
and there are some things that I want to say. I'm like, wait, there's a camera. I should not.
I am, period.
Period.
Are you not, question mark. I did not say I am. I am. Are you not?
So it wasn't a question.
The I am part is not, no.
All right.
Are you not?
I am not. Why not?
Lovely.
Another guy.
Aranda, the young man with
we both have to laugh.
red hair on screen. I'd like to think he's one of the anchors of this lineup.
He is.
He really is, though.
He is.
He really is.
Give him the Uranus.
Out of the XP lane?
Give him the Uranus. Give him the Helker. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Give Kabuki the Granger.
The Uranus on Leonardo. Kabuki. Yeah.
Leonardo,
Feels
yes.
too much of a roll of the dice, too much of a coin flip. I personally don't like it. I think you're wasting the talents of Leonardo by doing that.
Yeah, because Leonardo is pretty good at pew, 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 pew. And then instead you just want him to like. That's the Ionic Edge.
Technically, that's not what he does. It looks like it, but he's literally just doing this. Because the plates
And
are around him.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't do that with my hands.
But it makes it look weird.
Okay, so I have to do this, and then you have to be the plates.
Well, how can I be the plates?
See, that's how difficult it is to talk about Uranus. Honestly, like some of the heroes are pretty hard to describe.
To emulate.
To emulate, yeah.
To try and use to describe via charades.
And even if you can, you're asking yourself, do I want to?
I
and
think
some, they are the same. Balman and Akai.
Balmond and Fredrin doing their ults.
Right. You know kind of how to show Saber, but at the same time, that might put you in a compromising spot. It's like,
you need audience participation.
yeah you need assistance. We need assistance, but yeah.
Valentina is someone very difficult to emulate. Even that, who are you, Iron Man?
Oh, I love Justice League, man.
Dude.
See how that feels?
Some places you do that, you would be put in jail. So how do you do Valentina, really? Do you emulate her double dash? Do you?
How many heroes has a double dash?
Lancelot, Suyo, Valentina.
Before this, Kaja. I really miss that double dash. Let me tell you that.
If you build your...
No, because it... Okay, hold on. Kaja, I really like before because, you know, not only do you double dash, you give shields to the people you dash to. And that's a cool mechanic, I feel.
This was proto Kaja.
Yeah, this was like old school.
Yeah. It's 2 dashes.
Technically,
I had a hero...
Arlet.
Yes. Lancelot. I had a hero on the tip of my tongue that had multiple dashes.
Would you consider the quad shadow as a dash?
No.
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 I mean, like, the initial dash, but then the jumping part, right? Right, the initial, there is a dash.
But I think it's easy to tell between Valentina and that dash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, like, heroes who might look similar with
The
the
insane
dashes.
thing is, Obsidian is not a dash.
No, it's not.
It's just a movement.
You know what's ridiculous?
What is ridiculous?
Obsidia for a marksman, right? One of the main problems of marksmen when you want to make them work is the lack of mobility. She has literally the opposite of a lack of mobility. She pins people down and keeps them close to you.
That's why I say her kid is a fighter. Her kid is kind of like Sylvana.
She's more similar to CC than to 1-1.
Yeah.
And you know what's ridiculous? 1-1 can... Oh, rather, CC has more mobility.
Yes. CC can jump through walls.
Exactly.
I really feel like
CC can protect herself.
They did not.
Obsidia cannot.
They did not give her a dash so that it works with her ult mechanic, the hunt to bone, so that you can like turn things around. You're like, if she dash, yeah. Actually, no, just I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a game designer, as you guys can see. I can just talk,
I can sense,
but I can talk pretty well.
I can sense that you just don't like Obsidia.
I feel like it would be better if you classify her as an assassin, because that's what her kit is.
Do we have that in the game? An assassin marksman.
Technically, Isinshin.
He's an assassin marksman because of the damage he deals, but not in practice. He still acts as,
But I think technically it's classified as
both.
That. Yeah. It's either assassin or fighter, but I feel like it's assassin.
All right. I do believe we are about to get into the draft. I see the screens on our athletes' phones. That looks like a draft
the
lobby.
drafting, yep.
Yep.
I'm just double confirming that I am pretty. Hold on.
Those who say you aren't, they're wrong.
Myself.
All right, here we go. We are choosing our map enhancement. We previously saw Expanding Rivers today, Flying Clouds, Broken Walls.
And there's going to be a Broken Walls game, which I think is not all that great for Indonesia, considering the amount of aggression that Team Philippines might have. It's going to be pretty difficult for their jungler in case they want to go for the assassins. And you know Indonesia, they really love those assassins. However, in their fight against Vietnam, they have used the Fredrin, which apparently they are batting out. So Philippines will be the first pick. Indonesia will be the second pick. And Team Philippines batting out the Fanny CC as well as the Eve. In comparison, for Team Indonesia, batting out the Grok, the Haya, as well as the Fredrin. The Yisinshin is left open, same as the Jushin and the Lancelot. So quite a lot of options here. Looks like Team Philippines will go for the Jushin.
Wow. The GOAT, Nepomuceno, is known to play a mean Lancelot. This really shows you the priorities that these teams have when it comes to drafting. They instead lock in Pabico's hero first, the Zushin. The answer by Team Indonesia.
What?
Questionable priorities for Saint De Lucas, the coach of Team Indonesia. The Gatot I get.
Yeah.
But the massive what coming from that Joy. Lafel, any speculation as to why this is coming up so early, even when the Lancelot is open, and it gets picked up, even when the Yisinshin is open?
Yeah. My what is because you could have prioritized something else, because it's less likely for the Joy to be taken away. But the question is, why do you want to pick up this early? And it looks like because this is it. They want the Angela Joy combo. And maybe if they showed the Angela first, it would be too telegraphed. But also another reason why, if the opponent already has a set role and you choose the same role, it just means that you really want to delay your gold and EXP for an opportunity for you to counter. So in this situation where it has happened before, they wait for a pick for Leonardo to see what kind of gold lane that you really want to give him. Something like, before this, an Obsidia. I don't think it's an Obsidia. Maybe something else. Team Philippines, they are reading into it. So they're banning out the Claude. So basically this draft pattern coming in from Indonesia is not too weird. It's just to protect your gold lane.
Yep.
The only weird thing is that Joy, which too early for me.
You know what? I'm glad that the Joy got answered immediately. I mean, not answered, but we understood why, because it's an Angela-centric lineup. But consider this. Where's the Baxia? Wouldn't a Baxia in that slot been better? And wouldn't have been hidden? Wouldn't have it hidden the Angela even better?
Well, the Arenas does get banned. I wonder if they forgot about it,
Yeah,
or
because that's another solid Angela target.
And what if Indonesia picks it up here? They're not. They're going for the Lapu, which is okay with the Angela. I only say it's okay because not really needed. He's pretty tanky all by himself. And now Team Philippines, they answer with the Lunox and the Arlet. I wonder if Team Indonesia, they want to go for something like a Lunox or go for a fighter, because the Ruby is still up. So few answers, but instead they go for a Phoveus. So where is this Phoveus going? It's a good pick.
I think it's an EXP Phoveus gold lane Lapu.
Aranda, yeah. So Phovius here.
So many fighters.
I mean, this is Indonesia's strength, is it not?
They like to fight.
They like to brawl. So here in the 33rd SEA Games, they will say, we're going to play our style. You guys know what Indonesia MLBB is all about. This is them showcasing it to the world.
One more look at the draft. Team Philippines. If you know that this team is a team outside of the SEA Games, then you know that this is what they'd like to call a liquid stampede kind of lineup. Very fast, very early aggression coming through, while Team Indonesia is looking to brawl. And they're looking to bring everyone alongside with them. Welcome to game number 1 in the best of 5. You know what? I'm getting a good feeling about this, LaFell. I think we're in here for the long haul.
Well, I'm hoping for it because right now Team Indonesia, they basically got what they really wanted, because rarely do we see Angela. It really is just Indonesia special. Speaking of Pabico doing quite a good job controlling Ezekiel as well as Witty, but De La Cruz was not able to get a lot from Sin. But it's still quite a bit of information, understanding that this Joy is starting on the purple buff. Looks like Team Indonesia, they will try to contest for the Lito. And they were able to secure.
Yep, Sin got it. Perfect retribution. Nepomuceno hesitated, and I think it's fine. He will eventually use it elsewhere by helping secure that little crab. Next lane matchup, it's the Arlet versus the Phovius. Look at how Aranda is bullying Vinuya. That is just the nature of that matchup. The Phovius will almost always, throughout the early to mid, as long as they're in the lane, win against the Arlet.
Yep. Right now for Team Indonesia, they're playing the lanes quite well. They're protecting the Joy. Understanding that De La Cruz here will do quite a bit trying to slow this Joy down. But Team Indonesia, they should be able to, I would say, equalize in case there are any aggressions, as long as that Angela gets level 4, which looks like will be slightly delayed. Maybe they'll go to the EXP lane and share it with Aranda.
It looks like the play is stay in mid. We'll leave you to it. That's where we'll want you to grab it from. Vinuya very low. Almost get taken down by Sin. Sin already used up the electrifying beats. Barely survives. One last dash. Does not get hit by the blade of Nepomuceno.
And I feel like they were timing it so that Ezekiel actually hits level 4 and that they can actually use the hard guard to help him out, because he could have gotten the kill just with a little bit of shield and some heal and some movement speed.
And they also forced out the retribution out of Nepomuceno. Quick choke here by Pabico, putting Witty up into the skies. Sin is back. Aranda covering the back line. Revitalize coming in from Witty. Sin secures. Look at all the damage being rained down onto De La Cruz. It didn't even get to use the flicker. That's a win for Team Indonesia.
Yep, Team able to get that 1 kill up in terms of the gold. They are up by about like what, a few hundred?
Almost 1,000.
Almost 1,000. Aranda now with the hard guard. Looks like Pabico. Make sure that Vinuya doesn't get hit. But looks like they're forcing it. They want to get Vinuya. And now even a final slash. Ezekiel gets the kill.
It went from bad to worse. Already the Arlet is losing that matchup. Make it a 2v1, why don't ya? Yehezkiel scoring 1, and Team Indonesia is about to pick up the pace. For sure now, they're up by 1,000. Soriano versus Leonardo. Dropping that Zaman Force, pushing back the Harith. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Philippines have to figure out a way to equalize this utility that the Angela is bringing, because De La Cruz, I don't think he's as aggressive as he wants to be.
Here's the thing, hold on, Witty jumping forward. Sin tries to find an angle, could not get onto anyone, including De La Cruz. The Angela has a very clear timing. After 10, she's done. She clocks out. There's nothing else this Angela is going to do. Because that shield that she gives, a Grok basic attack can just wipe it out.
Are you talking level 10 or 10 minutes?
10 minutes. After 10 minutes, any semblance of level 12 from anyone, and they're able to crack the shield. At that point, it's just mostly about the healing as well as the movement speed. So Team Indonesia, they are on a timer where for 6 minutes, they're going to feel very strong. After that, now it feels like a 5v4. The Angela won't be able to do much.
So currently, we're halfway through Team Philippines' weakest points. This is where Team Philippines have to figure something out. Yezkiel picking up that Flask of the Oasis. So bigger shields while they're very strong. They try to dogpile onto De La Cruz. De La Cruz dashing on out. Even with the shields, De La Cruz is very soft. In comes the Crimson Beacon. Shin able to dash through. Vinuya catches him with a final slash. Vinuya with the takedown. And that's already a man taken away from Indonesia. 4v5. Nepomuceno is going to dash on through. Nepomuceno gets caught by Weedy. Turtle also goes to Team Indonesia.
I don't know if that was intended because the hard guard actually went inside Aranda instead of Sin. Again, don't know whether it was intentional or not, but they were able to get Nepomuceno, and all the while, Weedy, I'm guessing it's
the Unbreakable.
Either the Unbreakable or his emblem able to get that turtle away, but either way, Indonesia's not complaining.
Pabico looking to punish Weedy for that point-blank AOG. In comes the Salmon Force. De La Cruz wailing away. Does not have enough damage via the power of wildness. Down goes Soriano. Spent too much time underneath Leonardo's twin blades. Indonesia calling the shots, bullying Team Philippines from lane to lane.
Yeah, so it's kind of like them saying that 1v1 against Vinuya. Vinuya always wins. They're like, okay, what about we make it a 1v2? That will make it fair. All the while, Sid is getting this top turret. Team Indonesia having an amazing start here, but again, the first 10 minutes is their time. This is where they're the strongest. What I would say is scaling up, maybe they'll be okay as long as Sin is able to get Soriano. That's going to be the biggest threat later on to the game. Other than that, Indonesia's all tankiness.
Fortunately, Soriano has already fallen once, and they've already shrunk his real estate. Top lane tier 1 has fallen. Team Indonesia are making the most of this window, this early advantage that they have. Lafel, you put it at about 10 minutes. I'm thinking more like 11. Because of how huge this gap is right now. Rarely do you see Team Philippines struggle this much. And with a signature pick, the Lancelot, Nepomuceno can't even dash from target to target. The more he does that, the more he triggers Aranda's Infernal Pursuit. And Aranda, look, he's willing to go in. Gets the hard guard, gets choked out. Random execution by Nepomuceno. Do they know that Weedy's here? Weedy gets spotted out. Weedy charging up the Unbreakable. Leonardo, in this rush, gets flushed out by Vinuya.
The crazy thing is Team Philippines, they're trying to force out the hard guard. But a few more seconds, the hard guard is back.
And now Yehezkiel does not have it just yet. Down goes Nepomuceno. Now it's on! Defensive Crimson Beacon by Pabico. And Sin secures the final turtle. AOG, no one home, but Pabico is way far beyond his own turret. Able to flicker through. He survives. Team Indonesia cordons off the exit. Team Philippines trapped.
And this is why the Angela is so strong in the first 10 minutes, because it's a good idea to force out the hard guard, but the thing is the hard guard is less than 20 seconds now. So it's very, very easy for you to wait it out and force a fight, because the Angela is in your team. He can tell us like, it's coming out in 5, he can go in now.
As long as you stay alive,
yeah,
we'll keep going. And that's why that green dot on Yehezkiel expected to always be off, not because it's on cooldown, but because he's willing to keep using it. Now look at this. Sin gets taken down. Leonardo, he thought it was enough between the both of them. Now Vinuya jumping on through. Nice Crimson Beacon coming in from Pabico. Yehezkiel and Weedy waiting in the wings. Leonardo still alive, but not for long as Vinuya takes him down. 2 for free for Team Philippines.
When I said 10 minutes, now it's 8, and you start to see. You don't see the shield anymore. The scaling, even if you're a mid laner, the items that you choose as an Angela does not give you much shields.
AOG by Weedy, plus the final smash to respond. Soriano very low, Salmon Force used defensively. Team Philippines, Delta split.
And this is good for Team Philippines. They just got to delay, because eventually they will scale up and they will be able to handle Team Indonesia. I would say at this point, the win condition is really Aranda. If Aranda is able to get all the way in between 5 members of Team Philippines and causing so much havoc, Stin will eventually find an opportunity, either take down Soriano or Nepomuceno. Honestly, at this point, if you take down Pabico, might even be the best, just so that no one is really controlled all that much.
It's a miracle that Pabico hasn't died. Several times underneath his tier 1, in mid, underneath tier 2 down bot, he almost fell. So that is a very smart use of his Crimson Beacon, very good use of his Flicker. I wonder how he'll use those tools to try and contest for the Lord. 2,000 gold between Team Indonesia and Team Philippines. Aranda pushing De La Cruz out. 2 entry points for this Lord Dons.
Oh, and all the while, Sin gets a few crucial odds to Zaman Force as well as the Crimson Beacon. The Lord has been started up a Team Indonesia, and Sin is here now. In this first dance, I feel like Indonesia is still pretty strong, but they do got to be careful of that final slash. That could be the game changer.
You see Binuya keeping himself in vision, but he has his flicker off cooldown. Final slash to come out at any moment. Aranda keeping them back. It's just Leonardo holding the Lord down for the Dons. Aranda with that Infernal Pursuit. Nepomuceno from the bottom lane here gets that passive push. Down goes that tier 1.
Yeah, and now even using the hard guard as a zoning tool just to make sure no one really moves forward. The Lord is getting dangerously low. Witty is there, jumps in. AOG hits no one. And De La Cruz is in between all of them. Pabico trying to get as much control as they can. Indonesia, they're forcing things out, but is this really a good idea? Vanilla goes in. Killing spree for Witty, looking good for Indonesia. And now even the Lancelot has to get away from Aranda. Flickers forward, did not hit the Dark Wave.
Too much damage on one, and Vinuya's flicker was expended. I don't think he hit the targets he wanted with the final slash, and it looks like they'll have to reset. The Dons is a little too much to handle this early on, 10 minutes in. Cross map. It's a shame that Team Philippines hasn't taken down that tier 1 because it'll always be favored for Team Indonesia. There is a major structure there naturally taking care of the turret. Team Philippines had to take care of that. They can't dance reliably with the long lane left.
And all the while, Ezekiel was the one managing the wave, considering that he can jump into the fray quite early.
It's free.
And now Witty, taking a bit of damage, should be able to heal up with a good basic attack here. De La Cruz just providing vision. All the while, Aranda is between all members of Team Philippines. Lapu-Lapu jumps in. The Lord, Team Indonesia, they're thinking about it, they're forcing the Lance to go in. Final slash, Sin gets the Lord, moves forward, tries to go for the Lancelot, dashes away. Vanua is all alone, gets hit by Sin. And in the front, even with the Zaman Force, the damage is not enough for Team Philippines. Aranda jumps in, gets pulled back. The Lapu jumps forward, looking for more. Leonardo gets a kill. Sin gets a double. 2 members from Philippines still alive. Nepomuceno getting the purple and getting away.
Is the only thing Team Philippines can do. Team Indonesia are bullying them across the board. Yes, we've gone past the point wherein the Angela isn't that force of nature that you just can't deal with, but they've already created such a huge gap. 4,000 gold, and the utility of having a hero that just provides shields and over again picking fights. Lord crashing in the mid. In comes Sin, forcing the Zaman Force out of Soriano, and now Aranda underneath the turret taking too many hits. The Lord about to get taken down here. Witty, defensive AOG. Team Indonesia gets punished.
They lost one, but they're okay with that one, considering Aranda does not have any kills. So not going to transfer too much gold over to Team Philippines. But despite the advantage that Team Indonesia have, the goal lead is only about 3,000. So it's still very much manageable, especially here at the 12-minute mark. Nepomuceno, all the while, even though the kid here is 1-2-0, farming up quite well, making sure that the goal lead is not that different.
Close here. The dance in mid, the tango between these two teams. Seeing who will engage and who will wait out this Lord coming up in about 80 seconds. LaFell, they're keeping this lead tight. Despite the map looking as bad as it does for Team Philippines, just about 2,000 gold between them.
Yeah. They did make sure that despite all these objectives, that's all the gold is coming from the objectives. Not really too much from the from denying any gold for Team Philippines.
Uh-oh. They might have caught De La Cruz here. The flicker. Nepomuceno falls as well. The AOGA blocking the exit. De La Cruz still alive. Aranda still up. The Zaman Force underneath tier 3. Not providing enough fire support. Indonesia get away with it.
Pavico has amazing control against Team Indonesia, but the damage is not there just yet. Team Philippines, again, they have a lot in terms of making sure they move around the pieces of Team Indonesia. But the thing is, they can take a few punishments here, considering it's a very heavy tank fighter lineup Indonesia have. Plus, with that Angela, speaking of, building the lightning instead of going for something like a Holy Crystal, just to make sure that the shield is that much thicker. Looks like trying to get just a cheeky bit of damage with the Love Wave.
It's very good. It's the kind of damage that just sticks and pricks all around. Heroes like the Hilda in De La Cruz don't like that. They don't enjoy the fact that I'm trying to heal here, but you get stacks of the glowing wand on you. Team Indonesia have this figured out. The strength that Team Philippines have, being able to dive hard, is neutralized. This angle by Weedy, this is something he's been planning.
Yeah, this is a flank. I think the target is going to be Nepomuceno trying to get an unbreakable, not really going for an AOG. In fact, now going to see Soriano. Soriano probably knows he's there. And looks like not really moving there. They're just showing each other.
Yep. Bit of damage Soriano is putting on Weedy. And Weedy already backing off. Weedy does not use the AOG. We can watch two different front lines via the minimap, that one-on-one. And now the real take up on the Turtle, rather the Lord. Sin gets the hard guard, AOG, compromising the positioning of Fabico. Tries to flicker away, doesn't happen. The Pipoceno falls, Binuya and De La Cruz as well. Soriano trying to Zaman Force dance through these five, but it's not gonna happen. He will be the one to fall. That's a wipeout.
Team Indonesia, they got to be careful. They want to try to force this out. They are trading HPs here between Ezekiel as well as Oranda. But looks like with the minions, they should be able to do this. Team Indonesia takes game number 1.
What a start to this best of 5. Did not expect the tournament favorites, Team Philippines, to suffer a loss like this. I'll tell you now, Lafel, they did almost nothing on the map. This is unfamiliar territory.
Let me just say, as amazing as the players were, I'm going to give props to the coach because I got to say, we watched this lineup play just a week or two ago, and this is so much different that they're showing here in the SEA Games because even going up against Team Malaysia, the draft was different. Going up against Team Vietnam, the draft is different. And now going up against Team Philippines, the draft is different as well. It really does look like the coaching staff of Team Indonesia, they have made a lot of discoveries, I would say, in terms of how they want to deal with all the different countries that are here in the SEA Games. I'm very much impressed.
Oh, yeah. You have their coach to thank, Dolly Van Pelo, si Lotang. Si Hotang, he has been one of the most renowned coaches out of Indonesia, having experience all over the world. And you're right. Again, it's not that the athletes aren't talented.
Yeah.
It just takes a whole nother kind of angle,
Yeah.
a different kind of approach to repair a situation wherein 2 weeks ago, you would have never said Indonesia would take game 1.
Yeah.
But today, I'd like to agree because I don't think it's a cheese. I don't think it's the Angela.
Yeah, I don't think it's a cheese. Because here's the thing. I've been in that position before. In the first SEA Games I was involved, our team was number 9, which is the same here for Team Indonesia, and they're number 9. And now they're looking like really the strongest coming from Indonesia with the 4-0-11, 94% kill participation. Even getting that chastised pauldron alongside with that revitalize makes it so that you think it's going down. Not really.
This might be a byproduct of Indonesia having so much farm and being on top of Team Philippines that he was able to invest in the chastised pauldron. I can think of an immortality over the chastised pauldron usually, but if you really want to stop what Team Philippines is doing, you build an item that impacts the game right now. And we did not die, not a single time.
Yeah. Let me just say, because we're Serumpun, there is that cheese where basically you have chastised pauldron, your HP goes below 30, you're revitalized, basically full HP. And it does help against Soriano, right? Because Soriano does build that...
basic attacks.
Yeah, a lot of basic attacks with the Feather of Heaven. Chastised Pauldron is great here, not just for the Harif, but also it's just like a Gatot special with the Revitalize. You think it's going down, not really. The amount of heal coming in from Chastised Pauldron and Revitalize is quite a lot.
And it's made worse by the fact that everyone is a legal target for Angela's Heart Guard. I mean, not legal, but valid. Very powerful target. One would assume that it's the Phovius who takes control of the game. But no, it was all Witty. It was all that Gatot Kacha.
By the way, Ezekiel took 0 damage that game, which is pretty impressive.
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Makes sense.
It makes a
That
lot of
is
sense.
that is not a bug. That is not a visual bug, folks. Like he literally maybe could have taken like maybe one or two basic attacks. So in practice, it's not even 1%.
Yeah. And the thing is, after watching that game, do you really want to consider a different kind of ban? Because I really feel like I said, it's really not a cheese. Even if they take away a key piece, either a Joy or the Angela, I'm pretty sure with the preparation of Team Indonesia has for the SEA Games, they have more in their pocket. And I feel like this is their redemption story because there were a lot of doubts, even coming from the fans of Indonesia. But hey, they're showing up. They look incredibly strong, and not just against the Philippines, against all competition here in the SEA Games.
And again, the draft is just one part of it. I think
The
support,
execution, Aranda,
yep,
right away.
Yep. The support of their coach, the kind of mentality I think that's bred amongst their athletes. That's something to be studied. But I don't think they're out of the woods just yet. Team Philippines still has, two more chances to
Yep.
try and bounce back and equalize. This could have been just nerves, too. This could have been just Team Philippines not hot enough
Yeah.
for the kind of competition we have here in the SEA Games. All the while, Team Indonesia's already played a 4-game series.
And that's the crazy thing. Do you remember the times where people were saying like, "Oh, poor them, they just finished a game and now they have to play another"? Like, yeah, like at a time because of the mental fatigue as well as the mental stamina, yes. But now you kind of solve that, and now it becomes an advantage because even we discussed a few days ago when our hands are cold, the reaction time is a bit slow, and we're even second guessing ourselves whether we actually touch the button or not. This time, I feel like Indonesia, they're in a very clear headspace.
They're in a state of flow.
Any kind of doubt, any kind of question is no longer there. They don't see the IGNs. They just see 5 heroes on the board. Take or pick which one you want to go after. And now, with that being said and done, we will be going for a short break. But after we return, we will continue the match between Philippines and Indonesia. Indonesia second. And Team Philippines open up with the Gatot as well as the Yuzong. Indonesia replies with the Lapu and Eve. So one more pick for Team Philippines here.
Closing up the draft, it's the Granger. So they want to give Soriano here the strong lane compared to what happened in Game 1. In Game 1, yes, it was a Lapu-Lapu into the Harith, but mind you, it's not just the Lapu-Lapu into the Harith. There's always an Angela nearby. Indonesia closed up their draft with a Baksha, which could go in many different directions. With a Lapu-Lapu in the draft, you can't say if this is a jungle Baksha,
Yep.
if this is
Roam.
a Roam Baksha. Hell, even an EXP Baksha. We've seen those kinds of things before.
Yeah, because just now, Leonardo had an amazing game as the Lapu, which, by the way, quickly going for the bans here. Fanny, CC, and Angela banned out by Team Philippines. Indonesia banning out the Grog, the Hilda, the Lance, and now even the Yisun Shin. And if they don't ban out a Hayabusa, if they don't ban out Yisun Shin, then we have to assume that a Yisun Shin is going to get picked up by Team Indonesia. But looks like no. So this kind of shows that more than likely this Baxia is going in the jungle. Again, not impossible for it to be a roam, but
we're just reading between the lines.
Yes, we're trying our very best here, folks, to figure out what the idea is coming in from Indonesia. So this fourth pick is going for a Claude. In a way, still hiding where this Baxia is going, and I think that's clever because Team Philippines, they're still hiding their mid trio. So making sure they don't make a mistake of where they want to put this Baxia.
Yeah, one thing is I think you'll block out an XP lane Baksha because now you confirm the side lanes.
Yeah.
So you just don't know if it's a roam or a jungler. Team Philippines, they have to finish their draft now. Blue 4 and 5, still no mid laner, still no jungler.
Mm-hmm. The fact that they're branding out it's a Fredrin. I wonder if a Fredrin as well as a Farsa. I wonder if there's going to be something like an Exborg coming in. The Farsa is there to deny that, but meaning they need some kind of shredder. The only question is what? Because it's only a jungler or a roamer at this point. Even in a roam, I'm not entirely sure what they want to go for to deal with the Farsa, the Fredrin, as well as the Yuzong. The Team Indonesia, high fives all around, looking like they're pretty happy with the draft that they're getting here.
Yeah.
They go for the Khalid.
So it is a jungle Baksha.
Yep.
Confirming that Chin will be picking up the Baksha, going for tale as old as time for what? Almost 2 years. It was a Baksha versus Fredrin matchup in the jungle. And I don't know if Team Philippines saw this coming and if they were ready because I'll tell you now, the Baksha answers so much. The Yuzhong, when you're deep in the trenches fighting, the Gatot Ketcha, better say goodbye to most of your regen. And even the Fredrin, like, the only thing the Fredrin does better against the Baxia, for all intents and purposes, is securing the objective. But that aside, rotation speed, DPS, reliable damage taken is so much easier for the Baxia.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second game of Philippines going up against Indonesia here in the semifinals. SEA Games 3rd, 2025. Team Indonesia is up by 1 point. Now it's up to Team Philippines to equalize.
This is a recovery game for Team Philippines, and I'm glad to see that they're not exactly panicking. It's clear that whenever a team loses a game in a series and then you jump into the next one, they make these drastic choices that obviously aren't warranted. Here, Team Philippines made the right kind of tweaks. They still got good, powerful heroes lane to lane, but also they ended up with comfortable picks. My favorite would be that Granger. I like how Soriano ended up with a Granger going up against Leonardo's Claude. Should be a better ramp up for Team Philippines in the early.
Yep, a clear ace pick here for Team Philippines. But Indonesia has shown once they have that flow, once they go in to a momentum where they can continue to be aggressive, it is going to be quite difficult for Team Philippines to do anything. But Vinuya gets a kill onto Aranda.
One-on-one!
And again, that is a favorable matchup where Yuzong does win out against Alapu, but still, that's going to hurt for Indonesia.
Just put on top of it the fact that this is Vinuya's signature pick. You ask about 10 pro players, and they'll say 9 times out of 10, the Yuzhong is Vinuya. He is the apex predator. Great start for Team Philippines. The question is, how do they capitalize? What do they do to make the most out of that winning lane?
I would say next turtle. Once you get turtle and then you start to slow down Team Indonesia, you start taking the map one by one, starving out this Baxia, and then afterwards, even the Farsa would be able to take him out. So secure that turtle, and then don't even force fights. Just take things slow.
Luckily, the Yuzhong is very good at keeping a perimeter. Here we go. Vinuya starting it up already. Scrambling Weedy and Sin. Down goes the Baksha. You mentioned it, Lafel. Prophetic in calling the pop from Pabiko's fell their strike. How will Indonesia even hope to secure? Not gonna happen. Pumuseno with the retribution.
Yeah, because unfortunately, the power spike of Team Indonesia's draft here is Team Indonesia is probably about 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and they basically missed this window where you have Eve, the Khalid, as well as the Baxia. So now it has been delayed. The fact that Vinuya got that 1v1 actually changes the dynamic of the game. But Vinuya taking a bit of damage, but Pabiko is there.
Oh my lord! Also known as the San duo, sandwiching Aranda, taking him down. The second death of this Lapu-Lapu in about 2.5 minutes. De La Cruz with the AOG on out. So it's clear that Team Philippines, one of their main moves is to bury that XP lane in value. The Pumuseno, did he just use the... Yes, he did! Stole away that small cap. It's that bad now that Team Philippines wants to win that half of the map.
I mean, again, this is how you deal with a composition that has a Baxia. Heal off the EXP, take the jungle bit by bit. Even Vinuya is doing this. This is the best way because Baxia clears it fast, but not that fast. And now what Indonesia really needs to do is don't go into the trap of Team Philippines, which is calling for the fights at EXP. Their draft is good at punishing the mid. They should have done that, or the gold. Either or should be good.
We haven't seen either just yet. Team Philippines are moving too fast. Team Indonesia down now, approaching the 2K gold lead. And one thing they can thank their lucky stars for is at least Leonardo hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
So Leonardo living is a sign of hope. That is a sign of life that Team Indonesia can hold out hope for. And how unfortunate is this, Lafel? The turtle spawning the same spot.
Yep. It is very unfortunate, and honestly, this is what Team Indonesia could do. Don't care about that a turtle. Go bot. Take the gold lane. Get a kill, or just take the entire turret. Something that Team Malaysia just did earlier against Thailand.
Well, let's see if Indonesia reads into the situation this way. You can see Soriano. Quick rotation out. Going for that double lane. Weedy moving around. Checking these brushes. Slightly over the Team Philippines side of the map. Retribution secure on that turtle. Soriano here intercepted. De La Cruz to the support, to the backup. AOG looking to stop Weedy. Sandwalk too fast.
And all the while, Leonardo just got a lot of the gold plating. Good on Witty, making sure the movement's not there. Witty sees De La Cruz using that conceal, jumps in, Feda airstrike, gets Witty. And now, at least Ezekiel was not taken down as well. It's just a single roamer.
We're going back to the roots of the young mid laner for Team Indonesia, Yehezkiel, also known as the Ghost of Jakarta. In his heyday, where he finished second place in the World Championships, he would only die about once.
Yep.
Hence the nickname. And now he hasn't died just yet. 5 minutes into this very, very one-sided game. 4-0. Two heroes make that 3 on Vinuya's tail. And this Black Dragon is not done. Blazing duet by Leonardo. A little too much for one Sanford, a.k.a. Vinuya to survive.
And all the while, this is good for Soriano. It's like, hey, Sanford, you're good? No, it's okay. I'm taking as much farm as I can. Pabiko healing up, allowing the Frederick to absorb as much as possible. Sin takes a lot of damage, trying to give over the kill to Soriano. But Ezekiel is like, that's my fam. I'm not letting you touch him.
Sin perfectly popping the Puissance, getting damage reduction, stopping Soriano's forward momentum by denying him the Skypiercer stack. Should be easier now for Soriano to get those stacks given the Hunter's strike. And this is a gold lead that I think Indonesia's done well to stop. It's at about 3,000 gold now.
Yeah.
But it should slow down if the momentum like this continues.
Arana jumps in. Bravest fighter for now all alone. Goes on to Vinuya. Quite a lot of stun there. Vinuya tries to get away with the Furious dive. De La Cruz, just in case, pops the Revitalize. I'm pretty sure at least 2 ticks hits onto Vinuya, saving him.
The patriarch of Team Philippines, De La Cruz, protecting Vinuya from his second death. Close call. turtle already spawned. It's Papico and Nepomuceno taking care of business. And Nepomuceno, he knows that he doesn't need to save his retribution. He has no plans of crossing the river, of invading, and instead just speeds up the farm. 3 for 3.
Let me just say, Indonesia and Philippines, they kind of have this gentleman's agreement saying, like, let's always split the map. Whenever something's up top, something's going down bottom. Something on bottom, something happens up top. This is the non-stop action that we love from MLBB.
And that is the kind of dynamic that will keep Indonesia in the game. So, Team Philippines is hoping that Indonesia faces them. They're praying that they are tested by Indonesia because right now, Indonesia can't afford it. So that would be a mistake. If Indonesia says, oh, yo, it's time to step up to them. No, sir, it's not. You need to give the double lanes to Leonardo, as what Weedy is trying to do here. And you need to get him up to what? 3 items?
Yeah. Actually, no. Against this kind of lineup, you need 4 because you need penetration. So this is a very interesting dynamic where it will kind of be a 1v1, but not the 1v1 you think of. It is going to be Leonardo and Soriano, see which one is the better carry. They're not like just in lane. No, in the team fights, who survives the longest and who can actually cause the chaos.
So it's a matter of hiding the Kabuki. If you can hide the Leonardo
Kabuki, yeah,
up to when he has 4 items, then that's good. Because look, there is no good reason for him to cross the river. That'll put him in danger. If Team Indonesia can do that successfully for about, what, 4 or 5 more minutes, then Team Philippines is going to have a problem.
Conceal play. Sin finds Vinuya. Leonardo slowing him down. Vinuya dodging off. Furious dive. Stops the advancement of Sin and Witty. Sin taking damage from Vinuya. Getting all that shot essence from the Baxia. Let me just say, if this Yuzong gets 2 more kills, make that 5 items for Leonardo.
And now they catch Witty. Witty jumping off, using that passive to try and save himself. Feathered airstrike almost gets him. Real manipulation off angle by Yehezkiel. Soriano backing off the Black Dragon form. The answer from Vinuya. Going hunting, trying to find Yehezkiel. Yet to serve up his first death of the game. He finds them. Now, defensive. Blazing duet into the back. Tin and Aranda cannot survive the onslaught from Team Philippines. 3 for none.
That was impressive from Soriano and Pabico because they were trapped in the rearward manipulation. And if it get jumped on by the Lapu, and it's not that he missed, they just dodge. That was a good setup coming in from Team Indonesia, but even more impressive, the dance moves coming in from Pabico and Soriano.
Impressive situational awareness, game IQ on display from Team Philippines. Weedy gets punished. The Apex Predator showing him that this is his house. They're back to the EXP lane. And I don't know what Weedy was defending.
No. I think that was out of context. We didn't see a few.
The first 5 seconds.
Yeah. Maybe something happened and we're like, okay, that makes sense. You want to jump on him. But because out of context, it looks like, hey, you want to kill? Oh.
Correct. Context is everything.
Context is everything.
Context is everything.
I'm sure there's a reason behind that.
All right. Slow push set up by Vinuya in the top lane, and that is Indonesia can be thankful for. Mid falls.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if they keep on falling, Pabico now just playing with Team Indonesia. Team Indonesia needs to protect the bottom holy shields. That's the most important thing because you need that to deal as much damage as you can to the Lord. And it looks like they will be able to do that. So this is probably going to be a successful defense.
Uh-oh. They do catch one. Sin not going to survive. Another stack for Soriano. They do keep the inhibitor alive. De La Cruz coming in with the AOG. The answer from Yehezkiel. The real world manipulation. Down goes Arana. One more time. And now they got eyes on their bottom lane inhibitor. Team Philippines are inside the base. Vinuya held back 3. Serves up a kill to Leonardo, but it looks like it's too late. The base gonna be in jeopardy. They have no minions left. Team Philippines have to slow their roll.
And the minions are nowhere close. Ezekiel tries to get a kill, gets it. Better airstrike, trying to get the kill onto Ezekiel. Team Indonesia able to defend their base for another, 2 minutes.
Yep.
And they gotta use this time to re-establish themselves. Because Soriano is getting away with this. 4-0-2, 4-0-4 for Pabico. Vinuya causing trouble. And like I said, Leonardo, he doesn't need 4. He needs 5. He needs 1 with a nature. And then he can be comfortable.
And we're far from that. I would estimate he's only on his third item, on his way, possibly. Team Philippines, they got eyes on this Lord coming up in half a minute. It is unfortunate that the long lane is the lane that they penetrated. So this is very difficult for Team Indonesia. They have to plan for Leonardo's power spike. I'm seeing it come up at what, 15, 16. That's how difficult it is for this Claude.
Vinuya now having that dominance ice is going to be more and more difficult for him to be taken down. And Pabico with the lightning truncheon. I'm pretty sure one hit onto the Claude won't die, but he'll think twice about staying in the fight.
He'll be close enough.
Yeah.
Lord here handily taken care of by Team Philippines. Timed well to spawn at 12:45 down bottom. So now the job for Seabull is to take care of mid and top.
Sin looking quite a bit different when he's on this box. Yeah, unable to get that early lead. But really, I feel like it's just one of those things you don't consider. Lapu is an amazing hero, but does get countered by the Yuzong. And like you said, one of Vinuya's best heroes. So very comfortable draft coming in from Team Philippines, where, you know, the KD is 4-2-6, but really Vinuya took over this game, and now Black Dragon form pushes Indonesia away. Philippines gets mid turret for free.
Already inside the base, there's minions through bottom, minions in mid. AOG by De La Cruz, real world manipulation by Yehezkiel, hoping for the best, trying to clear these minions. Really takes a good amount of damage. Yeah, blazing duet, softening up Team Philippines, but it's not enough. Aranda falls, and up next is gonna be the base. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Philippines are about to equalize 1-1.
And folks, this is what we're talking about. This is a different 1v1. It is going to be between Soriano as well as Leonardo, the main damage dealers for the team. And we saw Soriano really show up, Pabico show up, as well as Vinuya. I feel like for Team Indonesia, they put a lot of equations in their plan. Probably that 1v1 was not one of them.
You know why putting equations and mathematics into this match, into this game specifically, was a bad idea?
Why?
They're facing off against the human calculator. Another moniker.
Now, there needs a Barat skid holding a thesaurus. It makes so much sense. Just put glasses on the Barats.
For a second, I thought we were done, but okay, that's a hero. Yeah, I'm wondering about a player, man.
Hey, soon, right? In half a year, trust me. Anyways, in this game, it really does. When you have a Baxia Eve kind of lineup,
right?
You want to take over the game between 30 seconds to 2 minutes. If at 30 seconds you don't get your first advantage, you have a window before the first turtle to establish your footprint. Before the first turtle to establish your footprint onto the map.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Vinuya was able to get that, I don't think this is Pabico, but that's besides the point, right?
It's not? Anyways, you're saying.
Anyways, yes. The fact that your EXP laner died at level 3 makes it so that you cannot hit that window.
The EXP in the early is such a significant piece of any early game dominance equation. So, yeah, by Aranda, I'll tell you now. Okay, as a professional, with all due respect, I think he should have known better.
Yeah.
He should have known better, especially since it's a Yuzong matchup.
Yeah. I think after they pick up the Lapu and then they saw that instant Yuzong pick, they're like, oh yeah.
Right.
Because we got to look at the bans here. They banned out the Grok, Hilda, as well as the Lance, which are good bans, right? Good bans. I feel like the real change that they had to do was they pick up the E first and then maybe the Baxia. And then once you see the EXP, instead of going for the Lapu,
Yeah, consider what a good matchup into that was.
exactly, go for something like an Alice, right? So, not saying that you're going to kill the Yuzong.
But you do better against it at least.
Exactly. Worst comes to worst, gleam away. As a Lapu, you have to expend your flicker, and once the flicker is down, it kind of gives the confidence towards the Yuzong to just keep on diving in.
And it's the same problem that kind of just, I'm going to use a medical term, I can't spread out, metastasize throughout the map. You know what I mean? Like
Thesaurus, where's the thesaurus?
Because the EXP lane was so problematic, the rest of the map could not move. And when you look at the end goal, right, the main place where the payoff would come from, the gold lane, you can't expect Leonardo to go like, oh, the rest of my map is getting beat down.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Like that's you can't expect for that to happen.
Speaking of, Babico as the MVP did a very good job of dealing with Witty, because you know that Witty as well as Ezekiel wants to establish dominance in mid, either taking down De La Cruz low enough so that he has to keep on recalling, or Pabico. The fact the return damage coming in from its Sparsa is just a little bit too much, makes it so that they do want to be aggressive. It's just they can't. If they do, they might die. And that pushes their window even more away from that 30 seconds to 2-minute timing.
Yep, and it's the mobility on the map that Pabico exhibited that really put Indonesia on the back foot. Because sure, you have Sandwalk, sure you can unite, sure you have the...
Are we break?
Such loyal little puppets.
Yes, I'm bringing it over.
You are merely a puppet, no different from my spawns. Bow to me. Keep your throne, or be destroyed.
The abyss bows to no one. These wretched spawns reek of its corruption. Your sovereign has a god to kill.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another patch preview. We've got tons of awesome new content to share with you, so let's jump right in. New hero, Sora. Meet the shifting cloud who roams Agelta's golden dunes. As a fighter hero, Sora's kit is all about transforming into powered-up forms through combat and unleashing an unrelenting barrage with his ultimate. We can't wait to see you guys pop off with him. This year, we've been constantly improving the gameplay of roaming and EXP lane, and it's been awesome seeing some OG heroes make their comeback. Later, we'll be rolling out balance changes for the upcoming M7 Championship, recognizing the unsung roamers, rewarding skillful plays, and keeping the meta fresh. Through these goals and more, we're committed to elevating your game experience. This patch also packs improvements for many features. A brand new clip sharing feature is also dropping soon. You'll be able to clip and share your plays instantly with a recording overlay. So, get ready to show off those stylish skills to all your friends. That wraps up our new patch preview. Hope everyone will enjoy all the new content. And until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
So much AFC, dude. Isn't that in bed? Where you do the same thing, but you get out of it, it's just too much. Usually, playing a game like this, after this stage, you should be lost by. Why do you have to do that? Why is this everywhere I go, there's ammo and grenades and health?
The shape, the speed, the precision. Built with pros, made for esports.
I think it's good. Because apparently at one point they didn't know the drop has already started.
A brand new mode is coming to MLBB, Chaos Clash. Team up in trios, begin at level 3, and fight on a fresh map with no minions or turrets. During the preparation phase, grab Chaos Fragments to boost your power. As the match goes on, the Annihilation Tide emerges, pushing the action to the limit. Here's a closer look at how this new mode works. Chaos Clash is a multi-round 3 versus 3 mode. Wipe out the entire enemy team to win the round. Teams lose HP each time they are defeated. If a team's HP drops to 0, they're eliminated. Rounds continue until only one champion remains. When there's an odd number of teams, one team will sit out the round. After certain rounds, heroes automatically level up and earn gold. Use this time to buy equipment and boost your power. All full equipment except boots costs 2,000 gold. From round 11 onwards, teams earn bonus gold. Adapt your loadout and strategy to stay ahead. At the start of each round, you will receive random chaos fragments that boost your powers. You can also refresh fragments to re-roll their effects, with 2 refreshes per round. The game offers a wide variety of fragments, each with unique effects, so you can mix and match to create your own playstyle. For example, tank fragments make your hero tougher and deal damage back to attackers. Marksmen who pick range-enhancing fragments can safely deal damage from afar. And that's just the start. Countless other powerful fragments and combinations are ready for you to try. As rounds progress, the Annihilation Tide starts shrinking across the map. Heroes outside the tide take sustained damage. Master this mechanic, and it can swing the battle in your favor. For instance, heroes with knockback or displacement abilities can push enemies into the tide. Surprise your opponents and watch them
Indonesia won. And I would say both having quite dominant fashion. Game 1, Indonesia was really giving it to Team Philippines. And game number 2, Vinuya, Onda, Yuzong started things off. And then everyone else followed suit. Welcome back. My name is Fel. This is Leo.
He's LaFell and I'm Leo.
What did I say?
That's what you said. I was just checking
Hey,
if you were listening.
Thank you very much. Because now I'm unsure. This is a best of 5
Vibe check.
semifinals. I'm glad it's correct, Leo.
You can't say it like that. You gotta say Leo.
Leo.
There you go.
You gotta end it there. But we're not ending it here because this best of 5 has essentially turned into a best of 3. The next team that wins 2 games
Match point.
wins.
This is a scary part of the tournament, or of the series to be specific, because
It is scary.
if you make it to 2, that means if the opposing team wins 1 more, you're going all the way.
Yep.
That means that's the last chance.
Yep.
So
And in that last chance, if you lose it, no
yeah,
matter.
you find this to be the point of no return. Like, that's where we're going now. It is a point wherein if you're gonna cheese, you gotta cheese now.
But what cheese?
Gouda.
Gouda? I gotta say, I did not expect that, so that would work. So now we're gonna see here, random mat draw. I'm guessing for Indonesia, they might want to get something like a dangerous grass.
Philippines would be pretty good on that on that too, but we're getting neither. With flying clouds.
I mean, let's be fair. I kind of feel like both teams can utilize all quite well.
You know who I think likes flying clouds more though?
Who?
Team Indonesia.
Or the Cloud Prince.
He's not here.
Maybe next time.
You're a big fan of the Cloud Prince, I can tell. How sad are you that his moniker came when he left Malaysia?
I was sad and proud at the same time. I was like, at least he got something.
He deserves the best.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a player known as
I love that guy, for real.
Kenneth Netzbaro. He's such a charismatic ball of energy. Into the draft we go. Game number 3. Fanny, Angela, and CC taken out by Team Philippines, while Indonesia ban out the Grok, the Yuzhong, and the Lapu-Lapu. Wow, a lot of power players out of the EXP taken out now.
By the way, he's also very honest, for better or for worse. And yeah, pretty strong opening here from Team Philippines, and looks like there's no real need to adjust here. Still betting out the Angela, still getting Soriano onto that Granger, and Team Indonesia with the Fredrin as well as the Eve. Again, prioritizing this very strong mid trio. And they go for the Hilda. And I would say it's a good idea, but it is quite risky because the Hilda, either it's amazing or you forget that she's even in the game.
And here I think it's more the former. Because you're going up against a Granger, you're going up against a Lancelot. When I play a Hilda, I feel so confident.
Yeah.
It depends on what else shows up in blue 4 and 5. That might make a difference of how, I'm already assuming, Weedy will be playing this Hilda.
I'm just slightly bit worried here. Team Indonesia, they're doubling down on the EXP bans. I feel like you gotta respect the mid as well. Because this Hilda wants to move forward, and there's still quite a few mid laners that can stop that. Something like a Lunox, even though she can't protect the jungle that well, but eventually she will be able to burst you out. And look at this, even the Rizzler gets taken out by Team Indonesia.
What are they willing to play against? A Uranus? They might even pick the Uranus in red 4.
Yeah, they could. It can be gold, but then not enough damage.
That's such a Leonardo problem to have.
I feel like out of all, Esme might be the best. Because you might eventually want to get a Harry, but no, they go for the Claude instead.
Oh yeah, Esme's still open. But weirdly enough, we've seen more gold
Glue?
Esme this
Oh no, I don't
SEA
like
games. Okay, there's Glue.
It's a good pick, but this brings nightmare for me personally, man.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
What? Explain the...
Back in July,
Back in July.
a grand finals.
Was it also the MVP Glue?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Nightmares,
again,
man. Nightmares.
Team Indonesia
Why?
did not ban this hero here.
Our friendship took a bit of a hit there. Let me just say.
I mean, that was about what? Almost 12 months ago. About almost
What?
6 months ago, sir. almost 6 months ago.
Almost
Yeah, July. It's already December, sir.
5.
Yeah, that's what I said. Almost. We have a thesaurus, not a dictionary.
No, we don't have a calendar.
That's
We don't have a calendar.
That's
Speaking of Team Indonesia closing things out with this Hellkurt pick,
XP Hellkurt.
we know that the Hellkurt can burst down a Lapu. Now the question is,
Can it burst down a glue?
exactly, and I don't know the answer to that.
I really
The
like.
thesaurus doesn't have that.
I really like that the glue is going into the Hellkurt because they're such feast or famine XP laners. The Hellkurt will get out of the lane, but I can see that the glue might want to stay. But I can also see Vinuya just saying, yeah, go ahead, run away. I'm going to wail away at your turret.
At the same time, now the ban makes more sense. No wonder they banned Terizla. Because I'm pretty confident that Terizla can handle a Hellkurt.
Oh, yeah, the more you burst down Terizla, the stronger he gets with the body of Smith. I mean, there is
He likes
skill
pain.
involved. Yeah, the more you chunk away at him, the stronger he gets. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 3. The winner of this game goes onto match point, 1 win away from securing the grand finals here in the 33rd SEA Games in Thailand. This is the men's MLBB semifinals match between Team Philippines and Team Indonesia. This is an interesting start. Do you see what Aranda's doing?
Oh, yeah.
Spots de la Cruz does not want to get hit by the Unbreakable. Quick instincts and reflexes by Aran.
Because the one that caught my eye is just the fact that Team Philippines basically got the same draft except for the Yuzong.
And instead it's a glue, which is almost the same thing. Does almost the same thing for
Yeah.
Vinuya.
And the thing is, like, you know, it was forced onto him for EXP bans.
You made me do this.
Yes. So now, yeah, fast rotations coming in from the Hellkurt to steal away a camp on the side. I think he was able to take it. I'm not entirely sure. But, again, this is the advantage of a Hellkurt in the EXP. Because there was a time the discussion was who was the fastest EXP to get out of lane. Apparently now, S-tier, it is going to be Hellkurt. Healing away and moving about. Sometimes people don't even see you. Ezekiel is between tree, has to use the flicker. Still survive, but maybe not so long. Nepomuceno able to get a kill onto Ezekiel.
Team Philippines gets the ghost, the first to fall. And this is a very all-in kind of strat. The Hellkurt is left to lane. He has just reached level 4. But Team Philippines are already deep in the turtle pit. Look at Aranda going for it. Feathered airstrike helping secure. Sin very low, gets hit with the last salvo of the feathered airstrike, securing a kill for Pabico. 2 already on the board, plus a major objective for Team Philippines.
I would say of all the starts, this is the start that is really hurting Team Indonesia. And it's going to get even worse. Really there, but look at Leonardo jumping all the way to the back. Unable to get the kill, though. Aranda having to use the flicker just to get away.
2.5 minutes. Team Indonesia have already started double laning this Claude. Clutch entry. Great rotational speed by Indonesia. The agility across the map helps them quell Team Philippines' forward momentum in getting more kills, pushing forth through. And I'm glad that we get to see the gold lane because a lot of the action is in the bottom. The Granger versus the Claude. I feel a little more... Oh, De La Cruz. All right. I feel a little more confident for Leonardo now because at least he has the lessons he learned from laning against Soriano from Game 2.
Yeah, but I'm just slightly bit worried because Team Indonesia, the line that they have is, I would say, promoting everyone to do their own thing. Right? Like, everyone is on a solo mission here. Weedy has his solo mission. Aranda has his solo mission. Paz has a mission.
You know what
Welcome back to the intermission.
You know how I feel about that interjection?
Okay, what?
You want to keep going on this?
Yeah, you know what? Thesaurus, man. At this point, coming back to our MPLs, all the different kinds of dictionaries should probably sponsor us. Here in MLBB, we promote education.
I don't think a dictionary nor any specific learning tool has been used to sponsor an MPL.
I mean, they should. Look, people are using it less and less.
Would be good to catch up. Anyway, what I was saying is, you mentioned how Team Indonesia, this lineup that they're playing with, right?
Yep.
Promotes more of a solo approach to your laning and your early game ramp up, right? I think that's a good thing. I really think that's a good thing. Because if you face Team Philippines head on as a 5v5, you're asking for it. I would prefer that they get to isolate things, because at least that way things don't blow out of proportion. I am more comfortable if Team Indonesia gets to do that. But likely it's not going to happen. It's harder said than done. Oh, it's harder done than said.
Huh? Either ways,
You like that? It's the other
Yeah,
way around the phrase.
stop confusing me, man.
You're in a fragile state.
I'm about to throw a fit. Let me just say that. Team Indonesia now. This is where we're about to see if the Hilda can really impact the game that much, because you have Plan B. And the Plan B is basically Witty stand directly in front of Soriano so that you may die, but at least you block all the shots.
But how does he get there?
Maybe, okay, I don't know which one is better, either the anti-cuirass or the newly changed Guardian Helmet. Because Guardian Helmet limits the damage that you
The
take.
burst, yes.
Yeah, so even as a roamer, I don't really know which one is the best.
All right, you'll have time to figure that out, because Turtle has already been begun. Aranda coming in from the lower angle, Witty from the back. This is an odd choice of engagement. Yehezkiel with the real-world manipulation, helping Sin secure. 1-for-1 now. Aranda falls. De La Cruz don't even get to use the AOG. And here comes Leonardo. Vinuya trying to get on out of here. The spread able to save him. And he will not fall. The Void Crystal doesn't take him down either. Instead, it becomes a 2-for-1.
At that point, the Impure Age is the correct call. But Santos is like, what if it was the magic worship getting that burn? Aranda finds Nepomuceno, but able to get out of there, unable to get the burst. And even De La Cruz shows his face, be like, you want some of this? I'm Indonesian too. Get it? Because got the kacha?
Right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I thought like JP's Indonesian. Oh, Soriano in trouble. Survives the onslaught from Aranda. This is 0 damage reduction. He's really just literally playing with his HP, and he gets that wave.
And he was recalling on them too. It's like, hey, good shot, buddy.
NT.
NT. Ashley, Ente.
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 There you go. Ente bang.
War Axe for Nepomuceno. On the other side, looks like Sin has to go for a bit of a chop suey, but I feel like probably could have been better with the Black Eye Shield, considering how much they really want to gang up on him.
That's a push down bottom by Nepomuceno. Wow, compromising Aranda. You see the damage on this Lancelot. Aranda had to back on out of there. Pressure being placed on other parts of the map. Team Philippines happy with the real estate they gained down bottom. Witty taking a few shots from Soriano. De La Cruz, I think his presence alone is making this an awkward experience for Leonardo.
Yeah. And again, Team Indonesia, looking at how their rotation is, it solidifies what I think is basically Team Indonesia. Everyone is on some kind of solo mission, which is pretty awkward considering that you have a Eve as well as a Granger. Fredrin.
Yes.
Right? Because they're like, where's my friends?
I think for those two, it mainly sucks. But for a majority of the lineup, I think they like it. Turtle getting taken here. Team Philippines handily secures.
I want to see. Oh my God, it was stolen. Pabiko got it.
The buff.
Yes, look at that. Pabiko got
Oh,
the buff.
Pabiko goes out of bounds and survives the blazing duet.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
I'm speechless. Able to get the buff, able to get away. If I was Indonesia, I'd be fuming.
I would advise against that. Keeping a sound mental state is the key to a comeback. I would rather not. 4,000 gold up. Team Philippines taking that top lane tier 1. Bottom lane, they did suffer a loss, so at least even if Pabiko got away with it, Aranda was able to equalize that lane. Mid lane, this is the last place that Indonesia needs to keep safe so that there would be enough space for Leonardo to farm up.
Yeah, speaking of which, we should be looking at the items here. I believe he has 2. I think he has the Corrosion Scythe and the Demon Hunter, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't think I see him complete the Golden Staff first. De La Cruz gets found out by Sin, which hasn't really been able to impact the game so far, but, you know, it's not his fault. There's just too much.
Team Philippines, when they decide to fight, it's just so much harder for Team Indonesia to respond. Now, Vinuya goes for the spread, looking to get those stacks, gets in with a grab, and I think there is enough. He's online, about to get on him. Real world manipulation, answered by a feathered airstrike. The blazing duet, pushing back the rest of Team Philippines, the front line, and that's all she wrote. All of the ults already spent.
And we can see the damage coming in from Team Indonesia is not enough, even from Ezekiel. Ezekiel probably needs just one more damage item to really become a threat. Witty takes quite a lot.
Witty! Taken down by Soriano. The AOG. De La Cruz closing off the exit. That's a stack for kill one.
And all the while, Ronda is trying to get as much goal as he can for Team Indonesia. Able to get this turret. Now we got to look at his items as well. What he kind of needs probably is a Sea Halberd. At that point, I feel like he can burst down anyone. Maybe not Vinuya. And even if not De La Cruz, enough. Because at one point, Indonesia has to fight. And when they have to fight, they got to take down Soriano. Soriano on that flicker, it's going to be tough to do that.
Yeah, that's still their prime target. If they can take down Soriano, then the bleeding stops. Pabico and Nepomuceno are still team players. It really is the Soriano show when it comes to full-on carries. I see one stack on Soriano, and I see a fully built Cursed Helm on Vinuya. I take it back. His Yuzhong is a more offensive tool. It tries to do the same thing, but this glue is more for disruption. I like the build path he went for.
Yeah. Team Indonesia now having to protect their base here because it's not even 10 minutes. And Team Philippines can soon start to threaten to take down that Holy Shield. All the way up top, Nepomuceno is taking basically everything from Team Indonesia. Pabico gets mid, and Witty is all alone trying to search for someone from Team Philippines, but they're all in Indonesia's jungle.
That's right. There are no stragglers. Team Philippines playing as one. They get that passive push on the top lane. Feathered airstrike and the taunt catches Sin. Nowhere to go. And forcing a blazing duet out of Leonardo. Gets popped full range by Soriano. 2 more stacks for that Sky Piercer.
If I was Sin, I would look at my team and be like, if you guys ask me to Fredrin again, nah. Not when it's like this, man.
Not like this.
Because Witty is far away. Aranda is a damage leader, not really going to help him out. I think this one, Indonesia just overthink it.
De La Cruz with the AOG. Witty gets popped. There is no bush there to try and help him regen. Vinuya down to 1 HP. Pabico with a cover fire. Team Philippines able to take down the Holy Shield, but not the turret itself.
Yep. Aranda, though, I think just barely hit the Deadly Stingers onto Vinuya, and we can already see quite a lot of damage. So I think in terms of the items, it's already there. It's just getting to the back line. At this point, I think Pabico is fine. Like, yes, Soriano is the main target, but when you're down by 7 kills, you take anyone except the front line.
And it's not as if the front line's going to take it lying down. Aranda, we keep talking about him. Is it fair to say that the win is on him now?
Yes.
For this to happen, for
Yes.
Leonardo to get to a point of being a threat, Aranda has to play double time, triple time even. He's carrying the hopes and dreams of Indonesia on his back.
Soriano with 4 kills. Leonardo moves forward, gets shots once, dies. Soriano has to take down... Sorry, Aranda has to take down Soriano first, and then after that, that's fair game.
And he's the only one who can do it.
He's the only one that can do it. And the thing is, he was the final pick. This was all a setup for him. He has to make this worth it.
And it's looking more dire. Ladies and gentlemen, a free lord for Team Philippines and a takedown on Chin. Leonardo getting a few good stacks of Art of Thievery. All this while in the long lane, Aranda gets the second tier turret down bottom. Dark Knight falls to try and end it. Unless, no, this is just a Fog of War.
Yep.
It's a passive.
Now, this is just very difficult because for Team Indonesia, they're just not in sync. This lineup is not really working together because 12 minutes in, Aranda might have 4 items. They're
Oh!
able to get Vinuya, but that's really just using the glue against himself. But with that, Indonesia should be able to protect their base now.
Not without Aranda, I think. 4v4, and still a huge gold gap, almost 10,000 between Indonesia and the Philippines. Appraiser's Wrath pushes the rest of the squad away. A conceal by De La Cruz, looking for an engage. An unbreakable onto Yehezkiel. Nepomuceno taking down that turret, dashing on through, blazing the way one more time, plus a jump in onto Soriano. No Wind of Nature shenanigans here. Soriano firing away. De La Cruz holding his ground.
Yep. You can even hear the cheer. At least the country of Indonesia is still proud of what Indonesia is showing up here. Leonardo having 4 items. And even though, yes, Aranda only having 3, but kind of justified the items that he has, it's pretty expensive. I feel like in this situation, you would be forgiven to take a Hunter Strike first instead of a BOD. And maybe even a Demon Hunter Sword. Because I feel like, you know, BOD is great, but other items in this situation could have been better.
Yeah. For the most part, BOD feels like a win more item. Oh my god, here comes a Blazing Duet plus a Winter Crown Freeze. They almost jump Soriano. Weedy, the closest anyone has ever been, gets popped. Aranda runs away. That was a close call, but Soriano, with awareness all around him, able to keep himself alive.
Unfortunately, Aranda missed, and missed by a lot, not even by a little. And that was from Leonardo and Witty giving the opportunity. Now Leonardo is done. This might be it. Team Philippines might get match point here.
The Feathered Airstrike covering up the minions. 3 remaining members of Team Indonesia. The base gonna be up next. Nepomuceno signing and sealing Team Indonesia's fate. 1 more win. Team Philippines at match point.
It's unfortunate, no matter how many bans you have on that EXP lane, Vinuya just shows that there's still a lot. But the thing is, that glue was what won them the World Championship back in July, so it's not even a bad pick. It's a pick that he has proven to the world is very strong for him. But I really feel like Team Indonesia, that Hilda is just not them. Hilda is a strong pick, but that's really not helping the team. I would prefer a Hylos at that point.
Or a Cho. Where is the Cho these days?
It was banned.
Oh, okay. You're
It was
right.
banned.
It was banned.
Hey, actually, no, this time it
no,
wasn't
it
banned.
wasn't.
It was banned in the previous game.
It was banned in game number 2. Yes, but in 3 it was open. So that's exactly what I'm saying. Christian Witty is a top global Cho. Where is his Cho?
I wonder if he just lost the confidence, because the thing about a Cho is that unless you use him every day, like Cho is just one of those heroes where if you don't use him for, like, say, I don't know, 4 to 5 days, you start to lose momentum a little bit.
I think I see what you're saying. Playing Cho is an art.
Exactly.
You got to keep practicing. You got to keep your stuff sharp.
Not playing Cho is like missing leg day. You don't see it right now.
Some people live like that every day.
Are they Cho users though? Nah.
Likely not.
You see the difference
They're
there?
different.
Exactly. So, but yeah, basically like Cho, you kind of have to use it every day for you to be able to use it in competition.
Yeah.
In rank is fine, but unless they pull it out for game number 4 here, because yeah, like again, it's a good pick. It's just it doesn't help them.
It's got to be the Deus Ex Machina pick. Because
Look at this, how far Aranda missed there.
Oh, overshot.
Not even.
It's as if he's the one who got blinded.
Exactly. Like Soriano dodged by staying still.
I think it's because of the read.
Yeah.
I think Aranda, again, all benefit of the doubt, right?
Yep.
Aranda wanted to go where he thought Soriano was
Exactly.
going to dash.
Yep.
And
Because he's like, I know he's not gonna move forward. He's gonna move backwards.
yeah, he wants to get out of here.
But instead, it's like, actually, no. I wanna shoot some people, so I move forward.
I'm just firing.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, dude? And that is what we have. Our MVP is none other than De La Cruz. Lafel, I'm convinced whoever picks Gatot in the series wins.
Hey, if anything, Indonesia can say there's always representation here in MLBB. Gatot has been strong for, I would say, yeah, quite a few months now. 0, 1, and 10, 83% kill participation. There's a reason why we see Grok bans, Gatot bans. Like, I like that now we are at the point of MLBB. Roamer is a real thing.
Oh, yeah. On paper, Roamer has been a real thing for a while, but now it's such an impact pick
Yep.
and such a role that could change the game that you can go either way. I think you'll agree with me. Either the first phase bans are all EXP, all Roamer, or all jungle.
Yeah.
And then that just dictates what's allowed to be played.
The only, I would say, mid that pretty much gets banned is the Jushin as well as the Eve. I feel like Indonesia just has to go back to the drawing board for this one because this seems a little bit too high.
High concept.
Yeah, too high concept.
It's an auteur draft.
Because we were talking about high investment. You got the Claude as well as the Hellcurt on both sides. And then you have a Frederick and an Eve that will stick together, but the Hilda will not. Because all the while, what I'm seeing here is Witty is a ward to make sure that Aranda has a clear path to actually go for those pushes. So I'm here to let you know no one is coming, so keep at it. It's a little bit too high concept.
Yeah.
I think they just got to simple it down.
Yeah. I think another thing this lineup wanted to do, this draft, is induce chaos on their opponents. They wanted to be able to force Team Philippines to play a certain way, but Team Philippines wasn't having any of it. They still instead ended up with a draft very similar to game number 2, and they just replaced the Yuzhong with a glue and are just as comfortable.
And all the while this is going on, looks like Malaysia against Myanmar is still going through. I believe this is second game and it's gone on to the 20-minute mark.
Oh, wow.
But Team Myanmar has no more inhibitors, and Team Malaysia only lost one turret up top.
So it's Team Malaysia at the lead.
Yes and no. They are at the lead in terms of the
Map.
objectives.
Yeah.
But in terms of the gold, it's only by 1,000 difference. And again, at 20 minutes, it kind of doesn't matter anyway. So we'll continue to update you guys as the entire series develop because this will impact our bronze match later on,
Yep.
which, by the way, at this point, Indonesia is one loss away from participating into the bronze match. Indonesia has to win the next one.
No. They are one win away from being relegated to the bronze match.
Qualify.
Yes.
Potato, right? But
Yep.
for now, we're going for
That
a
works.
short break. After this, potentially the final match, Philippines against Indonesia. We'll see if Indonesia can extend the series. And at this point, Indonesia hopes there's another secret weapon besides the Angela, because Angela was the one that was able to get the W. What's next?
They can't also just keep on relying on the Hilda. It seems to be a red out by Team Philippines, which makes sense because they won their most recent MPL championship with a Hilda. So they are playing against the Hilda, the patriarch of Team Philippines, De La Cruz. So maybe something else. I'm not saying it's just all on the Rome or the Angela, the fact that it's neither that or, bust. Maybe step one, take the Gatot away from De La Cruz.
Yeah. In terms of the bans, that's tough though, because Indonesia banned out Grok, Yuzong, and Lapu, which I think is justified. But as we saw, 4 bans on the EXP, and Vinuya still finds something. So
I know. I have an idea.
All right.
What if Grok, Yuzhong, Gatot, Kacha ban? So that you end up with something else from Team Philippines opener, and then you have an Esmeralda if ever they go Lapu-Lapu.
Or they go for first pick and potentially just steal it away.
This feels... I haven't said this all series long, but this feels desperate for Team Indonesia. Because, look, they're banning out the signatures Yuzhong, Lancelot, and then all right, what's scary in the metagame? The Eve, don't give that to Pabico. And then what's left? Are they going to first pick Gatot? That feels like what's going to happen.
I feel like it's safe enough. Because, to be fair, Philippines has been doing it all series long. So, hey, they did it. It works. Might as well. Especially because Gatot is a pretty safe pick for now. And
Great.
Oh, there's one problem, though. The
What?
Grok. The Grok is there, too.
Then Grok,
And Jushin.
what are you more scared of? Grok or Gatot?
Grok.
Then they should first pick Grok.
And between the two, I'm actually more scared of a Jushin. But they did win against Pabico's Jushin before, and the Jushin gets banned out. Indonesia, Grok. It has to be.
It gotta be.
It's a CC. Actually, is okay still. I don't think it's first pickable, but I get the idea. I get the idea because Philippines is going to take one. You at least trade with another. So it's not the worst of situations.
Yeah, between the Grok and the Gatot, you can only get one.
Yeah.
So, what'll be left?
I'm just hoping, and looks like Philippines doesn't take the Grok anyway, so they read into that, probably making a bet on that call. Indonesia still gets the Grok, so Indonesia actually getting a pretty solid opener here with a CC, Yi Sun Shin, as well as a Grok. So pretty solid, and I would say pretty easy to execute so far. Not overthinking the draft.
There's still Team Philippines Red 3 draft. Then they have to pick. Then they have to consider the bans. Ruby will be banned out here. Has to be by Team Philippines. You don't want to give the Ruby to Team Indonesia.
Although you can see a world where Indonesia just put CC in gold and then something else in the EXP. Maybe something like a Alice.
And Esmeralda's up there too.
Esmeralda. A Wild Helker might come back, but ban out the Uranus first. Yeah. Philippines so far has been getting the Granger. So I think Indonesia, will ban out the Granger just to be safe. Maybe that's not what Philippines wants, but again, this is potentially the final game. You can't risk it. Do you want to ban out the Harif as well? I would say might as well. Or is there anything else that Soriano has shown this SEA Games? I don't think so. At least in terms of marksman.
Yeah, his hero pool is specific.
Yeah.
When it comes to finding success, but I'd rather use the word efficient. You don't have to really explore and experiment too much when you're winning. Team Philippines, they got one more ban. Could it be the Esmeralda? Could it be the... I'd have to stray away, you know what I mean? Like, you get it right, you just stay there.
Yep. And the Harif.
There's the Harith.
You know the teams well enough. So for Team Philippines,
yeah, what does Soriano play now?
I would pick something mid here and leave him for last just to see.
Do you go Kimi?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, Kimi is pretty safe.
Kimi's open, y'all.
Because giving it to Indonesia might not be an amazing idea.
Kimi.
Relatively safe, and if you still want more fighters, you can just relegate the Lapu into the gold lane.
Oh, but instead we get a Lunox, a flex even in red 4, the tail end of the draft. If Team Philippines won their most recent championship with a Hilda,
Yeah.
I think you could say the Lunox also played a very big role in that run. So this is a breakout hero out of that season. I like seeing that in red 4, keeping Team Indonesia on their toes. A legit
Something-
threat for the Grok too.
Something in my head might be risky, but something like in the lines of Selena, Kadita, something that can really help the Grok on actually getting some kind of pressure early, because Gatot and Lunox is a very tough mid, but instead, like you said, the Ruby does get picked up by Team Indonesia, and with that Valentina as well. In terms of the alts, not all of them are great. At most, in the early game, you might take the bravest fighter. In the late, you will be taking that brilliance just to make sure that you're safe, being maybe the first or second engage.
So Team Philippines, they need to pick one more. We don't know where this Lunox is going up until they show us what this R5 pick is. I'd like to think this is the mid laner. I'd like to think we've seen the mid laner for Team Philippines.
I feel like this Valentina pick is forcing the Lunox to go mid.
Yeah.
Because if you pick anything else except a Kagura, you're going to give something big. Like, if you pick a Farsa, great. Valen loves that.
And
Even
you're-
a Kadita, yeah, likes that.
And I'm also looking for what will answer the Ruby. We dig deep. Here's an oldie but a goodie, a carry for Team Philippines.
All right, looking at the faces of Team Indonesia, they did not expect that. But at this point, they just got to lock in. It's like, we fought this carry at some point of our lives.
So who's going to kill the carry now?
I think whether they like it or not, it has to be that Yisun Shin, because I feel like now we're going into the semifinals. This Yisun Shin is one of the only heroes that can basically be a hyper carry.
Yeah. I'm looking at him, so that means Chin had one hell of a game.
Yes.
But if that's not happening, I'd say it's up to Weedy again. Catch him.
The problem is this: the moment the Hayabusa is in vicinity, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very tough. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fourth game. At this point, Team Philippines are at match point. Indonesia with 1. Indonesia, if they're able to get one more, they can equalize and extend the series. If not, Team Philippines will be going to the gold medal match. Welcome as right now, Team Philippines forcing out Team Indonesia and clearing the way faster first, making sure that Ezekiel doesn't get an advantage. Hayabusa is there in mid. Ezekiel has to dash out.
Very good proactive movements from Team Philippines. All this while, Indonesia have to solve this problem. If Team Philippines is fast enough on all the other lanes except for that gold lane, how do we equalize? How do we address that? Because even in the EXP, right, as soon as you reach level 4, the Lapu-Lapu can handily take care of the CC.
Yep. CC will be up back once she has that war axe. So, yeah, it really is about timing, but Vinuya will hit the timing first. Leonardo is trying her very best to deny some minions. It looks like is able to. Don't think able to deny the cart, but hey, denying minions is denying minions.
So far.
Oh.
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 All right.
Well, a lot to be used there, but it's okay. It's okay. There's no threat in the jungle, so not really gonna get punished.
Yep.
And again, Team Indonesia, when they have this Yisun Shin, it's really all about giving everything towards these Yisun Shin. So yeah, no early aggressions here. Indonesia might even consider letting go of that turtle and let Sin vertical farm, get something off of the side of Philippines.
You know what? The same problem is presented on the other side as well. Team Philippines have to consider, how are we not stopping Sin's farm? Because if Sin gets to that point, again, even Soriano should be scared. Witty spots Nepomuceno. Oh, the passive! A singular hit, putting Nepomuceno at half health. De La Cruz and Vinuya compromising Sin. Already with the brilliance, the stolen one. Yehezkiel popped it. Nepomuceno looking to secure. The retribution is good. Leonardo with the I'm offended comes through, drawing first blood out of Vinuya. Serving up a kill to Sin. De La Cruz very low, only able to heal a little bit more. AOG defensively, he's out 1 for 1. But the Philippines get the big one.
It's a good thing the Philippines was able to get out of there, because Team Indonesia, I feel like that's all part of the plan. Instead of going for the turtle, we try to get as much kills as we can, because this is like a You do this with the extra step. You want to take down the EXP, but instead of going into the lane, let him get out, fight around the turtle, and you know that Vinuya will be on zone duty, so might as well use that, but all the while, looks like Sin got caught, and this is already not looking good for Indonesia.
As strong as the Yushin is, oh my lord! This is what we're saying at level 4. That matchup is very difficult for the CC. Witty, tectonic charges out. As I was saying, taking care of the Yushin. I've talked to several pro players. The only thing you gotta do is wait for the trace list. When you see the trace list has been used, that's your go signal. That's when it says the green light. You gotta go. What is De La Cruz doing here? What is he up to?
I think he's delaying, right? Seeing where the rotation is. And even if you slow by a little bit, this gives so much room. Aranda gets taken down by Nepomuceno. And Team Philippines, they rinse and repeat. De La Cruz, slow down the rotation. Even if he gets all the farm, it's okay. Just delay. That's all you need. The Hayabusa just needs to be maybe just one level ahead.
Yep. 500 gold turns into 2,000. That's the trajectory Team Philippines is following right now. And I think that is what proves that in the earlier thesis statement mentioned, these teams, one of these teams have to figure out who are we slowing down or who are we catching up to. Pabico takes a good amount of damage from Yehezkiel. And I love how he just really tried to walk out of there. Just the old-fashioned way. Didn't even panic with the brilliance. Didn't even have to flicker. He knows that these are major objectives, major resources he has to use in this next major objective. Turtle already spawned.
There's a big sign of worry when two people gets a perfect catch and still unable to get a kill. Not even force out that flicker. Team Philippines starting up this turtle. Vinuya jumping forward all the while. The back. Nepomuceno has to use the quad shadows to get away. Pabico gets a kill onto Leonardo. Sin gets Pabico. Nepomuceno still gets the main objective, the turtle, and Sin has to back off, trying to get farm. And the quad shadow again used, but the brilliance able to help him out. Nepomuceno still stays, gets a kill onto Ezekiel.
That was the second time in a sequence within 30 seconds that Nepomuceno was able to maximize the use of the quad shadows. In the first sequence, he used it to get the turtle, right? He went back, took a lot of damage from Witty, came back in, retribution. Second time, he left the shadow all the way in the safety of the river and then chased. Yehezkiel forced him to use the stolen brilliance and then got a kill. That was ridiculous. Nepomuceno got shut down, but Witty's gonna fall. Where'd that happen?
Not sure. It looks like it happened down bot. But either ways, took a quick look at the goal difference here. Sin is 700 behind Nepomuceno. And this is a big problem when you're running a comp like this. You're putting all your eggs in one basket, and that basket is Sin. Sin does have 2 kills, dying once. But at the same time, you got to optimize your rotation just to make sure that you get at least the same level. Because right now it's level 9. Okay, now it is at the same level, so looking a bit better for Team Indonesia. They just got to keep on surviving. If they lose much more, it's not going to be looking good, especially Sin. Sin cannot be taken down. At this point, it's just a cat and mouse kind of game.
That's right. Hide the Sin. If in game 2 it was all about hiding the Leonardo, you got to hide the Sin until he gets his 4th item. That's when I think he'd be more than confident enough to face off against Team Philippines. But we got to address the other elephant in the room, ticking time bomb, that is Soriano. He hasn't really seen much action nor felt any pressure, so that means he's also just inevitably building up to a very good kit.
So again, it's a 1v1, just a different 1v1. The only difference is Philippines, even if Soriano gets taken down, Nepomuceno is there.
Pabico is there.
Vinuya is there. So there's multiple threats coming in from Indonesia, and all the while, Sin has to dodge all of them.
And Leonardo gets that I'm offended onto 2. You see Soriano's damage is good. Nepomuceno secures the turtle. In comes the rest of Team Indonesia. Witty with a passive pop. In comes Nepomuceno. Takes down Witty with a shadow kill. Actually just holds on to it. Those were just shurikens and basic attacks. Team Philippines are running through Indonesia right now. A 4,000 gold lead. Clean, and in comes a shadow kill. Takes down Leonardo.
It's unfortunate. Team Philippines right now, they can force things out. Indonesia can't really fight back. Some missed kills coming in from Indonesia, but even if they hit, probably not enough to kill. Nepomuceno taking a bit of damage coming in from Aranda. In terms of the gold difference here is about 6,000. Vinuya with the Queen's Wings. It's going to be difficult for Sin to even get a kill, and didn't get that turret. it's not that big of a deal because eventually it will go down. But you would wish Sin at this point having 3 items, and I think he only has 2. I think he has the Hunter Strike and the
Endless Battle?
Yeah,
That was just his second item?
yeah, I think so.
The economy is rough on Team Indonesia. And them being a funnel lineup, them being an all-for-one, a tent-pole team, they gotta wait for Sin. And I think it's gonna take more than just Witty to set things up. Leonardo has to be more proactive in getting these catches. But here's the delicate balance. They're not the proactive lineup. They're the ones who's actually waiting right now.
Yeah. They're hoping for either Vinuya, De La Cruz, or Nepomuceno to overextend.
Yep.
And then Sin with the boat, stun someone out and hoping that you have enough damage. Aranda should be able to survive this, but still it takes quite a lot of damage from Vinuya and Nepomuceno. Indonesia just got to stop the bleeding because eventually you will get there.
Oh, Conceal. Coming from De La Cruz. They're moving up to the top lane. Tech Edge hitting 2. Team Philippines not letting go of its initiation. Shadow kill by Nepomuceno. De La Cruz falls. Doesn't get to use the AOG defensively. Down goes Witty. Roamer, trade out. Pabico falls. 2 for 1. Team Philippines may have overextended. They find Aranda on the way out.
But still, that was good coming in from Indonesia, especially Witty. Not stingy with the ult at all. Using that tech charge to reveal, to cancel out that Conceal, finding 3. Vinuya, bravest fighter out there. And yeah, even though, yeah, Philippines got some kills too, but between the two, Indonesia probably got the more value.
Yep, I was going to say, Indonesia, before that fight, were making the right calls. Put Sin on the opposite side of the map where we think Team Philippines is. Because he's at 2 items. 2 with a Legion Sword. That's not acceptable. He's about 1,000 gold down away from the Hayabusa. We can't play this way. It only can be done through counterattacks and safe farming for about the next 2 to 3 minutes. Good call for Team Indonesia to not try to contest. Team Philippines secures the Lord.
I wonder if Sin's next item is going to be a BOD or a Malefic Roar. I can see the Malefic Roar to deal with Nuya.
I think it's got to be the Roar.
But I can also see for a BOD, there's a few squishies on the board. Maybe can get something. Oh, De La Cruz gets pulled back. Going to take quite a bit of damage. Survive for quite a while, but Ezekiel secures the kill. But look at this. Oh, Nepomuceno almost got caught by the Ruby.
Yep. Still a very potent answer to any assassin out there. Weedy with the flicker tech charge. Finds Soriano. Down he goes. A kill for Yagskill. Double kill for Vinuya, Weedy, and Aranda fall. 2 for 1. Almost instant gratification for Team Philippines. Leonardo sharing the damage with Sin. Nepomuceno shadows out. Instead, goes ahead and focuses on the turrets.
Indonesia is just playing around. Team Philippines over aggression. So far doing quite well, catching them in their mistakes. But this still gives a lot of time for Sin to farm up. And as you saw, he does have that Malefic Roar. So 10 minutes in, he has 3 items. Going to be pretty strong. Not the strongest just yet. But at least this time, if someone does get caught, he does have the damage to respond.
Lord pops that Holy Shield up top, crashing into the turret, taking it down about 2/3. Another shadow kill by Nepomuceno. 6-1-3. Stellar performance by the GOAT on this Hayabusa. The gold lead has expanded, Lafel. We're about 7,000 between these two.
But I feel like for Indonesia, you don't need that much gold. Because, again, everything just has to go over to Sin.
Yep.
I feel like for the rest of them, 2 items is enough. 1 utility and 1 either defense or offense. And I think you're all good. Because Witty is at this point is just they just want his ult. That's it. After you ult, whatever happens, happens. Just get a good ult.
Uh-oh. Weedy does not have a flicker. He does have his ult. But for them to try and catch Soriano once again, they'll have to use the whole kit. So they are about, 30 seconds away from that. Luckily, it'll be in time for the Lord, spawning in the upper quarter. Team Philippines, they're so good at this. This is the play style that made the Philippines dominance possible. Just patience and map control.
7,000 difference here between Philippines as well as Indonesia. At this point, it's probably the job of Aranda here to slow things down because he has that damage threat and he can actually get in and out. Even if it dies, it will take quite a while. By that time, Indonesia can get into proper positioning to get something done. But Nepomuceno, though, having the BOD and Soriano with the Golden Staff, ooh, the damage is just going to be too much. The next time Philippines has a clean engage, that's it. It's over.
All the more it becomes a reality that Weedy is only used for his ult. Expect that even with his passive, he will be soft to the light wheels of Soriano's carry. Lord has already spawned upper quarter. Once again, bottom lane, long lane taken care of by Vinuya. So you can expect that they will converge. But wait, he's got 4 on him. Goes ahead and retreats. Nepomuceno taking his time, wants the Lord to spawn a specific time. And I think it'll be past the 15 mark. Yes, this is a Lord for 13:45.
So now for Team Philippines, they will have some time to manage the waves. Indonesia, their wave clear is not great. It really is not. The CC is not a great wave clear. Ezekiel on this Valentina is not. So what they're hoping for is get 3. Kill 3 people from Team Philippines, and then take your time clearing the minions who might lose 2 inhibitors. But that's something. We can hear the chant coming in from the crowd here for Indonesia, hoping for this last hurrah to turn the tables.
The tables seem to be all for Team Philippines. Team Indonesia are left out in the dark, in the cold. They are out-farmed, almost 10,000 gold between them. And now they're holding on to their inhibitors. Fat wave in mid and top. The Lord down bottom. And they're inside the base. AOG by De La Cruz gets hit. A lot of firepower coming in from Team Indonesia. They pop his immortality. They get rid of his revitalize. Leonardo gets a kill. They pop Widdy's immortality this time, and Pabico forced to use the brilliance. No casualties just yet for Team Indonesia. Just a shadow kill, taking down Leonardo. 1-for-1, Pabico gets taken down by Yezgil. Very good response coming from Indonesia, about to kick out Team Philippines out of their base. Hector down to 3, down goes Widdy. Soriano going ham, gets taken down. That's a 1-for-1 across the board, 3-for-3 in totality. A lot of kills for Sin, a lot of gold. Team Indonesia are okay.
Now hold on, it might want to continue forward. Binuya almost took down Aranda. Oh, nice timing on the traceless. Scary how I call this kill 3. You may lose 2, but it's okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, baby. Shadow kill, the winner crown, keeping Sin alive. The reflexes, the instincts on that young jungler from Indonesia.
Actually, it was good. He actually delayed it. Because if he instantly popped it, Aranda would have died. Right? So he waited for the Ogi Shadow Kill to split. Once Aranda is away, then he popped it because he knows after the Ogi Shadow
He'd be
Kill,
the next target.
The Shuriken will come out.
Yep.
He knew that he can tank just a bit, but at the end he could not.
He
so
maximized the utility.
Talk about calmness. A lot of people in that situation will use it instantly, but he knew if he did that, that would be over. Philippines could have ended it because he's the only one that could protect.
This is just a byproduct of thousands of hours of playing MLBB at such a high level that sequences like that, reactions to almost lethal circumstances like that are almost done without breaking sweat. I can imagine that Sin was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's like, it's just a Hayabusa with the sweat coming down.
Oof, you're fine. Team Philippines secures the Lord. This is still an unevolved Lord. It'll be spawning down bottom, if I'm not mistaken. And Indonesia still has that top lane, but with the way Team Philippines is playing and how they're synchronizing these waves, I think
it's checkmate.
Yep, we're approaching the point of if they cannot wipe out Team Philippines in this next siege.
The problem is, I feel like even if they do wipe out, the minions will be too strong. Because their wave clear is that
It has to be a winning wipeout.
Yeah.
It has to be a wipeout with at least two.
Yeah, exactly. Like, other people have to, like, drag the minions to the side and everything. Like, just getting a wipeout is not enough.
They
The
need a
minions and the
rampart.
Lord, it's going to be enough.
All right, there's the rampart. Witty delays the siege minion. The Lord inside the base. Sin backing out. Already summons that turtle boat. Coming through. There's the tech charge. Down goes Witty. Spent his flicker. Down goes Leonardo. Soriano and Team Philippines have done it in such swift fashion. 3-1. They're going to the grand finals.
Congratulations to Team Philippines. Even though losing game number 1 did not lose the momentum, still keep on pushing strong, and now going to the gold medal match at the grand finals. But it's not over just yet for Team Indonesia, because they have one more match, one more best of 5 after this for the bronze match. Which, quick update, the third game of the best of 5 have not started just yet. Team Malaysia is leading 2-0 against Myanmar. Malaysia wins one more game, and Indonesia will face against Myanmar in the bronze match.
Did you just say it hasn't elapsed yet? Or is it just finished?
After the draft pause until now.
Okay, so there's hope for Team Myanmar.
Yes.
If they don't change their fates, it's going to be Myanmar and Indonesia in tonight's final broadcast.
Yep.
All right, let's relive and revisit the moments of game number 4 here. A stroke of genius picking up the carry, I'll tell you now. I really like the carry as a very specific answer in the current metagame, especially with all of these fighters running about.
Yep.
This is the perfect answer.
I feel like it's perfect because it's against a Valentina, right? Against the Eve,
she
against
does
the
nothing.
Martha.
She does
Yeah.
nothing.
Someone with long bursts is going to be difficult, but against a Valentina, that was the right condition for you to use this carry. Amazing when you are at red 5 having that option,
Yep.
and it's a good thing they picked Lunox red 4 just in case you're able to move the Lunox around.
Yeah, and on a macro level, right? Big picture, I'm looking at the metagame. There's a lot of fighters. With these many fighters in the side lanes, one of the best answers, and which is often banned out, is the Esmeralda, right? Because these heroes want to fight in your face. They want to have long sequences, exchanges with you, trades. The Esmeralda wins. But where does the Esmeralda lose? True damage.
Yep.
So that's where carry comes in. And I'd like to think Coach Cruz and the rest of Team Philippines may have found the skeleton key. They may have found a way to unlock, once again, old school marksman, starting with this one, with carry.
Yep. Either ways, congratulations to Team Philippines. They will fight once again on December 17 for the grand finals. During that day, it will be the men's and women's gold medal match. The MVP for this one is going to be Binuya with that lapu-lapu. Again, nice to see the heroes of Philippines as well as Indonesia being a big part of the current meta.
2025 has been kind to this young man, and I'm being very generous about my words. He was the MVP in Saudi Arabia for that major tournament. He has been experiencing so much, and I'm so happy for him. But here today, he's gotten 2 MVPs in this match against Indonesia alone.
And well-deserved. One on the Yuzong, one on the... actually, no, the Yuzong game, he was Pabico on that Farsa.
Oh, yeah.
One on the glue and one on the Lapu. But it feels like a Yuzong MVP game. But either way...
It should have been.
Either way, 17-15. Indonesia bringing out a quite a strong strat. But again, it's very risky. Like, when it works, it works.
It's the kind of strat that you bring out maybe when you're a game away from match point.
Yeah.
This is the adjustment I wish they had going
Game
into
two.
game 3.
Game 3, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Instead of going for the Hilda Helkert. But I would say between the two, Hilda Helkert is more crazy, so I can see it.
That felt like more of the final. That felt more like last resort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, that's just how Indonesia is. They bring out the most unexpected and unorthodox weapons when you least suspect, which get other teams. They can surprise other teams, but Team Philippines, they just know way too much what's going on, and that's why they're in the grand finals.
Either way, so we're going for a break, and we're just waiting on Team Malaysia against Myanmar to see who will go up against Indonesia in the bronze medal match later. We'll see you guys then.
The shape, the speed, the precision,